Hey guys, so today I'm gonna definitely go through a short story. I'm gonna share with you something that happened to me when I was back in New York City, and I was just casually just sitting on a table, and I had a pack of cards, of course, in my hands, and I had just done or finished performing, and all I was pretty much doing was I was just taking a random pack of cards, and I was just mixing them up, pretty much, which this one, of course, as you guys have seen, this is like an overhand, or should I say, it's very similar to a riffle shuffle, and that's all I was doing, was just taking cards and just mixing them up. And as I was doing that, I can notice that there was one guy who was definitely staring at what I was doing very carefully. So at what I was doing, and at one point, definitely, I made somebody pick a card, and and what I want you to do is definitely, you guys at home, you just go ahead and take out any card, does not matter. And what had happened was, I made one of the ladies who was sitting on the table, I made her pick a card, and all I did was, we'll just go ahead and we'll just mix up the cards, give them a quick shuffle. And as I was shuffling the pack here, all of a sudden I noticed that there was one guy who was staring very closely. And all I'm doing is I'm just taking the cards, and I'm just casually, just taking them, and I'm just, of course, just mixing them up. That's all I'm doing, is just taking them and just, putting them all together. Just mixing up the cards randomly. As I was doing that, at one point I separated the packets and I let it go. And as I'm talking over here on this side, what happened was this guy comes over and he turns over this packet face up. And of course now we have, face down cards, and we have face up cards. And of course I, on the other hand, do not notice that, but I'm just casually, I'm just taking the cards, and at one point I just take the cards and I just, I just mix them all in. And I barely noticed it, but, you guys can see that this is pretty much all mixed in together with each other. And at one point I just take the cards and I just, quickly just, mix them all in. So this guy, he's laughing now. He's saying, okay, if you can find the card in that mess, I'll believe in magic, and I'll believe whatever you say. And I'm like, what the heck did you do? So, I'm looking through the deck, and you have cards face down, you have cards face up, different cards you have back to back, and so they're all mixed up. As you can see, they're all mixed up. So cards are pretty much mixed up. And I remember there's one thing that my teacher taught me, or should I say my magic teacher, and he stated, if anything like that happens, then I should definitely give this a try. And so all, the cards are a big mess, so I just take my hand. I remember he told me to do this, and watch, I'll just take it and we'll just wave slightly right over it. And as I did that, immediately I remember all the cards, they became face down except for one card, and I believe that is your card, or in that case that was his card.